What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Life in General podcast. My name is Nick.
And my name is Ian, I think.
You think? Why do you just think, Ian?
Well, I mean...
I think, therefore I am.
Thank you. There's a Degar...
What? What?
What's his name? The philosopher.
That one guy with the face and the eyes.
Yeah.
And the mouth.
The French philosopher who said that.
Yeah. So... If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you give us the old thumbs up and all that fun YouTube-y kind of stuff. And should be available on all your podcast apps, I guess. Maybe.
All lies.
Maybe. Sure. Maybe.
All lies.
All lies. What's all lies?
Everything.
Everything? Everything is a lie? Everything kind of is a lie.
In a sense.
I've said it for a long time that, like, I don't remember who I was talking to just recently. But I've said for a long time that, like, everything online is a lie.
Yeah.
But pretty much everything is.
Even when it's true, it's really not true. Like 100% true.
And like even with like all this AI stuff, like even with the like explosion of AI, like pretty much everything. If I read something online, I just assume it's a lie. Like everything.
Yeah, I mean, I question everything. I mean, I don't always assume it's a lie, but I question everything. If I see something on one site, I need to see it on like 10. And they have to be at least somewhat reputable before I even start to accept it as true.
Yeah. But I see so many things online that, I shouldn't say online, I see so many things on social media that are reshared and posted that I'm like, really? Like,
yeah, I know.
Did anyone actually look into this? And then like literally like it takes a 30-second Google search.
That's all it takes.
And I'm like, this is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, that all started, I mean, that was like 5-6 years ago. I'd be on Facebook. I just doom scroll. I don't really post on Facebook, but I'd see like, sad news about so-and-so. And I leave Facebook, go right to Google, nothing. And that person died like 15 times.
Yeah.
Whoever it was. Alice Cooper's died several times. It's just, it's disgusting really, but where we've come.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coworker about AI, and they're like, they don't like it, and I get it, and I completely understand. But it isn't going anywhere.
No.
And it could be a very useful tool. But then again, so could social media 20 years ago, and look where that got us.
Yeah, I've said for a long time, at least since we started this podcast in like 2017, that social media is the downfall of Western civilization. I've said it for a long time.
But it didn't necessarily have to go that way.
No.
It just did.
No.
Because we're not ready for it.
Because human beings are garbage animals. That's why.
Well, we haven't evolved. We still have that lizard part of our brain that hasn't gone away yet. We're not ready for this level of advancement.
Yeah.
And that's really the biggest problem. It's too much too fast.
Yeah, we're still so self-destructive, and we're still, like we talked in the previous episode, we're still so tribalistic in everything.
Yeah, and it is everything. I mean, down to like sports teams and bands and movies, and I mean everything is conflict. And I'm guilty of that, some of that myself.
Yeah, and I'll say that I don't necessarily think it's necessarily social media that's the problem. I think algorithms are the problem.
Well, I mean that ties right into AI.
It does, and it ties into social media also, because social media for the longest time was just a feed of the people you follow,
right? And
then it slowly morphed into all these ads and people you didn't follow, but it wanted you to see, and all this other stuff.
Let me clarify then. It's not necessarily the algorithms. It's the revenue. It's the capitalism of it.
It is the algorithm, because the algorithm, like once you start clicking on things, the algorithm pulls you further and further down into that rabbit hole.
Right.
And that's not necessarily always ad-based or revenue-based.
But it is, because every click is creating revenue for something.
Possibly, but I guess it's not always the end result. Mm-hmm. It could be an idea, but it's something in that algorithm, and that's, I think, something that pulls a lot of younger people into these dark places online, especially with like Nick Fuentes and some of those other like
the incels and the alpha males.
Yes. Because you get sucked into these algorithms, and the next thing you know, that's all you see online.
Right.
And that's all you see on social media. And it's not necessarily the social media platform, it's the algorithm that, yes, for the most part is there for revenue.
Right. Let's say, let me shit on capitalism, please.
Yeah.
Please, just a little. Don't get me wrong. We've recently had well, we haven't because we don't live in New York, but there is now a Democratic Socialist mayor, or will be in January, in New York.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious because to me, I see it as an experiment, because I think the problem with our country, and it's not even just us, it's worldwide, is this idea that only one idea can exist and only one can be right.
Yeah.
And I've said for most of my life that socialism in and of itself, by itself, is not great. But capitalism has proven itself to be equally damaging to humanity.
Yeah.
However, when we've had a blend of the two, you've got socialism that kind of counteracts the dangers of capitalism, and capitalism can counteract the dangers of extreme socialism. You work them together, and they work, and I think we could have a good society.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why we can't. I'm a fucking idiot. I've got a high school diploma. That is it. That is the limit of my education, and I can see that. Why can't anyone else?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't. The people who are making the laws, the government, the politicians, have socialized medicine.
Yeah.
We all have socialized fire departments and police departments and schools, at least for right now. And I don't understand why they can't see that there is a benefit to having a balance between the two.
New York is going to be interesting because you're right. Zohran Mamdani won the mayor's race in New York by an overwhelming majority.
Correct.
And the powers that be in the state of New York are going to do their damnedest to make sure that nothing he wants to do gets put in place.
Right.
The governor of New York has already said that she is going to do everything she can to make sure. She's already said that his tax policies are never going to get put in place.
Yeah.
And he's only talking about a 2% tax increase. 2%.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's on the rich.
Yes,
the ones who
I
make
know,
all the fucking rules.
And I forgot who one of the big anti-Zohran people were during the election cycle, but he was on a podcast recently, and it was actually a Republican-leaning podcast that he was on. Mm-hmm. It was actually one of the podcasts that Trump was on that really kind of helped sweep him to victory in the last election.
Was it Joe Rogan and Von, whatever that guy's name is? Von?
No. It was one of the bro podcasts.
That's what I'm talking about. That's Joe Rogan's a fucking bro podcast.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of those. It was one of the other ones, but it was one of those types of podcasts. And he was even talking about this, and he was like, it was comical because this guy spent more money against me than I'm going to raise his taxes.
Right.
It's a 2% tax increase. It's not a lot of money. It's
not to a millionaire,
not
billionaire.
Not to the top 1%. It's not to the richest, top percentage of rich people in New York City. But the money, if he's able to put these policies in place, and there was a patient a week or two back that was. Thank God he wasn't my patient because I try not to talk about the stuff at work.
Right.
I would have had to tell him to shut the fuck up because he was just going on and on about how, Zohran's going to destroy the country. First off, he's
the mayor of a city.
He's the mayor of New York, and he can't do anything else because he can't run for president because he's not a fucking U.S. citizen. Right. He wasn't born here. Whatever. The things he wants to do, aren't big. Like he wants to give free buses in the city.
I know.
Like,
I mean,
it's not huge fucking issues.
That's my point. It's like that's why I was really happy that he won, because I would like to see him succeed, to see that balance brought back, or at least initiated. I don't know if we've ever really had that balance. I feel like we did, maybe in like the late 40s and 50s.
I don't think we ever did.
The tax bracket was more socialist based.
It was up until
the 70s.
JFK. JFK was the one that lowered it, the top tax bracket from 90 to 70%.
Right. But even then, even at 70%, it's still kind
of. But
of.
at one point, the top tax bracket in the United States was at 90 fucking %.
Right.
Like.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know it was quite that high, but yeah, I knew it was high. And either way, even at 70%, it's still, we're still talking a socialist ideal.
Yeah.
To a degree. So I think we've had it. But I'm really curious to see if he can, in 2025, 2026, if he can accomplish even a half of what he wants to.
Yeah.
It could. This is because you're right, he can't run for president, but this is how, if he can succeed, it would force the Democratic Party to see that and maybe adopt it as their own policies, because let's face it, the Republican Party, or the Democratic Party, I'm sorry, doesn't have a path right now.
No.
They have nothing.
No.
So we need new ideas, and I want to see how this works. I really do. Just because I consider myself a democratic socialist to a degry.
I think he has great ideas, and I'd love to see how, and I don't consider myself a democratic socialist. I consider myself like socially liberal, but I think fiscally I'm much more like moderate. But I think he does have some great ideas. I'd love to see what he does. I think there does need to be much more of a, like fiscally speaking, much more of a balance than what we do now. Right. Obviously,
well, there's no balance. Now.
There is no balance now. But I think like housing wise, he has some really great ideas. Like he wants in New York, he wants to try to create more affordable housing in New York. But like what he was talking about was, people. Well, he wants to. There already is some caps on housing
until someone moves out, and then they can raise the rent.
Well,
they just can't raise it anymore.
There's limitations on how much you can raise rent per year,
right,
in the city of New York. And he said that landlords are making X amount of, I don't remember exactly the percentage, but he said like landlords were making a lot of money, or their revenue had increased X amount, but the monthly income for tenants had not increased, but they were still raising rent every year.
Right.
So he wanted to put a freeze on rent increases. And then he wants to build new affordable housing. But he said, and he made a great point, is whenever politicians, I want to say politicians in quotation marks,
right,
when politicians talk about affordable housing, they never really quantify what exactly they mean by affordable housing.
Right.
And he said, he brought up, and he said, like, when someone calls me or calls the city and says, well, what do you mean by affordable? If I turn around and say, well, a family making $140,000, that's not affordable housing for somebody.
Right.
The average income in the city of New York is, I think, $70,000 or $65,000 a year, and that's who needs to be able to afford to buy that house,
right? Not
somebody making $140,000 a year.
And they need to be able to afford to buy that house without having predatory loans, and all that, because that's the other big problem, because that's all coming back.
Yeah.
And I heard on NPR that subprime loan lending right now is high with cars.
Yeah.
These fucking bankers don't get it. They don't learn from their own fucking mistakes. I just don't fucking get it.
That's because we bailed them all out when it all went belly up in 2008.
I know.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Mamdani is able to do in New York, if he's actually able to stabilize rent prices, if he is actually able to create some affordable housing in the city, because rent is incredibly ridiculous.
It is expensive to live in New York City.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
unless you live in the gutter, basically,
even
yeah.
even there, it's expensive.
And that's my biggest problem with and why I do fall more on the socialist spectrum of things, because when you say fiscally responsible or fiscally conservative,
let me backtrack real quick. I say I'm not a democratic socialist because I hate fucking labels.
Oh, I do
and
too.
I don't label.
That's why I said
I will never label myself something like that because I don't ever want to allow to give ammunition to somebody to label me something.
That's why I don't. That's not my political affiliation. It's just I kind of tend to, hover.
I think he has good ideas.
Yeah, hover in that general vicinity in terms of if I have to label it. When it comes to fiscal responsibility, I just feel that we this is a rich country. We don't spend the money right.
Yeah.
It's not that the government's too big. It's it is. It's too big in the sense that we've got a bunch of criminals running everything.
Yeah.
But it's more about we spend more on things that are outside.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about foreign countries because some of that is necessary. But why is our military budget so fucking big?
Yeah.
When we've got starving people in this country? Yeah. Why is it that we have the first trillionaire coming up, but average wages of people hasn't gone up ever? It has, but it hasn't gone up with the rate of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Corporations are making record profits, and our pay is not going up.
Yeah.
The people who are actually doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
These are the things that kind of put me in that socialist view, and those are conservative or fiscally conservative ideals.
Yeah.
It's about how you spend your money.
It's more targeted.
Yeah, it's not taxing everybody. It's what are you doing with the tax dollars you're taking?
And that's why I say I'm like fiscally I'm more moderate, because I think there needs to be some kind of constraint on what we spend every year. I don't think we should be spending ourselves into oblivion. I think we do need to have some restraint on what we do, but I do think we need to have a strong social safety net. I do think we need to take care of
our elderly,
the least among us, the people that cannot take care of themselves, the people that do need help, right?
Well, and even just our elderly, they've already done their share.
Yeah.
They've done their bit for king and country. It's time to let's take care of them a little bit. Yeah. It's fair.
We need to have that in this country. Yeah. We need to prioritize how we spend money. And we don't do that as a country.
Not at all. No. Really, that used to be the political thing. You kids and old people. That was your bread and butter.
Yeah. So
we don't even do that anymore.
So what do you think about the recent, I don't want to say caving in, but we had I think it was the longest government shutdown.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about the 8 Democrats that voted to reopen the country, the government?
I have mixed feelings about it because I know that there were protections in place for people who are on food assistance to get some money, but it wouldn't have been enough. And I don't like the idea of playing chicken with people's lives.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that caving now was the right idea.
Yeah.
Either you cave early or you don't cave at all. So caving late was a bad idea politically. But again, like I said, I don't like the idea of playing chicken with people's lives.
Because at first I was kind of, I don't know. I didn't really know what to think of it. There's a lot of people that are mad. Yeah. A lot of people, and I think rightly so, because there's a lot of people whose health insurance premiums are going to triple, quadruple, or more. People are going to lose their health insurance because of it. But and we're coming close to the end. Like, those subsidies end the end of the year, right? Right around the corner. Something became very obvious, really pretty early on, actually, in the shutdown. And that is that regardless of what the courts do, the Republicans and Donald Trump were willing to let people starve.
Yeah.
They were willing to let people starve and die.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I was willing to do that.
That's why I said that. I don't like.
And
the
that's
idea of
why
putting shit in people's lives.
at first I was like, and you caved, but like, the more I thought about it, I was like, you had to vote to do it. And those senators were picked to do that. All 8 of those weren't up for re-election. That was targeted, and I think that Chuck Schumer is a bitch for fucking copping out the way he did.
He needs to
go and coming out against them doing it and voting no on it. Like,
but they
bullshit.
were all people who were safe from re-election.
They were selected to fucking do that. Have a fucking spine and come out and fucking say, look. And this is where the fucking Democrats fail. This is why they fucking lose every goddamn time. Yeah. Come out and say, look, we voted to fucking do this. We didn't want to do this. They were going to let you starve. They were willing, if you are on food stamps, if you're on government assistance, they were going to let you die. They were going to let your fucking mother die. They were going to let your sister die. They were going to let your family die. They don't care about you.
Right.
We voted because we don't want you to die. This is why we did that.
That's why I
Come
said,
out and say that.
That's exactly why I said they should have caved early or not at all.
Yeah,
because then the lack of the convictions.
I understand. Don't do it early. I think
earlier than the longest in history. You know what I mean?
I think I think they did it actually at a good time, because the longer it drug on, the more people on, like, because social media is a big thing, and the more there was a big component. There's a lot of people on social media on both sides that were complaining about, once we got into November and people weren't getting their SNAP benefits. Mm-hmm. That's when stuff started becoming real to people. Right. And that's the thing I've said for a long time. Even when, like, and that's been my whole thing, even with the insurance subsidies. As much as I don't want to see people get hurt, you voted for it. Right. I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't want to see people die. You voted for this. Millions and millions of people, 70+ million people voted for Donald Trump. You voted to lose your health care.
Right.
This is your vote has consequences. Like, and that's from the very beginning. I'm sorry. If you lose your health care over this,
it's your fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
And maybe once people start hurting.
Because
maybe that's when they wake up.
And
that's the thing.
Right.
And that's like, once November rolled around and people didn't get their food stamps and they started feeling that pain, that's when the shit got real to them. And I think that's why, as much people wanted to complain about when the Democrats did it, that's why they did it when they did.
Right.
They waited. First off, they had to wait till after the election in November, right? They had to wait till after that. Democrats did a really good job in that election. They overperformed. They won seats in states that they hadn't won in decades.
No, I know.
And I think
they
a lot
did overperform. But that's the thing, they overperformed.
And they won like county positions in Georgia that they had won in 3 fucking decades plus.
Right.
Like county commissioner positions, like low ballot positions, they hadn't won in a long time. In multiple states, they won.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign, right? And I don't want this to be a political issue, but they had to wait till after the election, right? And they had to wait till people started feeling that pain of not getting their SNAP benefits, right? For them to say, look, a majority of the people that were going to be hurt were in Republican states.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why Republicans think that everyone on food stamps are in blue cities.
Minorities in inner cities. That's what
That's not true.
No, it's not.
A lot of them are in rural counties and red states.
Right.
And those are the people that overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump, overwhelmingly vote for Republicans every single election.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
so shit got real for them.
For 50 years, though.
Yeah. But that's the thing, Ian. And that's the whole thing. And that's the whole thing, like, that was why I was against the shutdown in the first place, the government shutdown in the first place.
Right.
Why shut down the government? Because what's going to end up happening, if they were successful and they got those the insurance premiums put back in, all that was going to happen was Republicans were in rural America that are way too busy
They're not going to feel the
with
pain.
real life to pay attention with any of this bullshit, right?
Yep.
They were going to say, Democrats just went on and on about the ACA subsidies, and now look, I didn't lose my insurance because they don't pay attention to any of this stuff because they've got real fucking lives to lead, right?
Yeah, well,
And
we all do. Yeah.
But I'm saying though, like they don't pay attention to politics every day, day in, day out politics. They're fighting for something that was going to benefit people overall, but hurt the party politically. So that's what I said. If they wanted to vote for this, let them deal with the consequences. As much as it's
if
going
the
to hurt
Democratic
people.
Party was better at messaging and controlling narratives, I would say 100%, but they're not.
No, they're not.
Because that's their biggest problem. Because you're absolutely right. They could have taken complete control of the narrative, run with it, and actually made a difference in their position. But they don't. They don't know how to do it.
No, and that is why Chuck Schumer and those people that have been there for decades and decades need to fucking go.
I know. Pelosi was retiring, and my mom goes, "Hey, you're getting your wish." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Pelosi's retiring." I'm like, "Yeah, 20 fucking years too late."
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious too. So when she announced that she was retiring, there were several Republicans on social media that were posting about how they finally fired Pelosi. And I'm like, really?
No.
Your idea of firing Pelosi was
she's
letting her stay in politics for 40 fucking years,
Right. Yeah.
and going away, retiring peacefully. Like,
She's not going she's going because she wants to go, but she's going 20 years too late.
she's going because, well, first off, she's 85. Secondly, her district got redistricted. Like her
So she
district
probably
got
wouldn't have
redrawn
won anyway.
Well, she would have because it's California. So I mean,
That
but
doesn't
she's
mean
also
anything.
85. I think her daughter is running.
Oh,
I think
I did see something about that.
I think her
And
daughter's
it was
running.
and it was not it was Pelosi again or something like that. Yeah,
I think her daughter's running. So
and now her daughter was a filmmaker. Does she have another daughter?
that I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Because she has one daughter who is a filmmaker. I don't know if it's the same one or not.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure.
Schumer's got to go. The vast majority. I honestly think that even though he's not old, Jeffries is
Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, he's using Schumer's playbook. He's running Schumer's playbook.
Yeah,
And the well's poisoned. He needs to go. And I don't know. I think at this point in the game, if you're young and you're coming into the Democratic Party, you got to have some fresh ideas. Doesn't mean you're going to get your ideas through.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you need to run your entire political career on these ideas. You just have to have fresh ideas, and the old playbooks need to be thrown the fuck out. Period.
It's time. It's time for. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to hear this. You know who need? It's time for AOC to be the leader of the Democratic House.
I don't necessarily have a problem with her. I just think that she's not good at messaging either. I think she's got great ideas.
A lot better than Hakeem Jeffries is.
Oh, for sure.
And
100%.
she is the most, I think she's probably, out of all the young Democrats in the House, I think she is the best at messaging. And I think she is the best.
Then she should be the new Nancy Pelosi.
I think
Chuck
she is
Schumer,
the best at social media. She is the best
run
at
for president, though.
Oh no. And I'm not saying to run for president.
Right.
I'm saying she needs
could
to
be the new Pelosi.
She needs to be the new leader of the Democrats in the House.
Which is Pelosi.
Is what I said. Yes.
Yeah. Pelosi's been the leader of the Democrats for a long time.
Yes.
That's why I said 20 years ago she should have fucking retired, because then we might have been spared Trump altogether.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
But AOC, yeah, I like her ideas. I just feel that when it comes to how she how she expresses her ideas, sometimes it comes off as elitist, which is not good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes off as not necessarily elitist, but preachy. That's not good. Because no one, whether she's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. I think she's right. But if you do it as a preach, you're going to lose everything.
Talking about Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi?
No, I'm talking about AOC.
Oh, AOC.
No. Pelosi's just a politician. She talks. It's all political speak with her. AOC's not so bad.
She's gotten a lot better. She's gotten a lot,
and
better.
I think it's because she's been hanging around with Bernie.
And I think she's gotten a lot more. She's got a lot more savvy.
Yeah.
Over the last, I would say, year.
That's why I didn't like when you said I didn't like it. I was like, no, I'm not. If that had happened 2 years ago,
yeah,
I would have been like, fuck no.
Yeah.
No, she has gotten a lot better, and like I said, I think it has to do with the fact that she's been spending a lot of time with Bernie on the campaign trail, not campaign, but on the circuit.
Yeah.
She's learning from someone who is good at messaging, in my opinion, and someone who has great ideas that are not necessarily the Democratic Party ideas.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want a status quo Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Like Bernie. She's learning from the right person. And I think that's what we need. We need more Bernies. Because Bernie's too old too.
Yeah.
But we need replacements for him. And we need multiple replacements for him. And that's, Mamdani in New York. He can't run for president, but he can run for other offices. Outside of the mayoral.
He can be governor. I don't know if he wants to be governor, but
and he may not. And he may not want to go any further. But he could run in for the Senate. He could do a Senate race.
And I don't think, at least from what I've heard him talk about in the last, week since the election, I don't know if he has aspirations past.
I don't think he does. And if he does, he's not talking about it.
And I will say, like, he is. That's the thing I really do like about him. I remember I saw part of the debate. Did you see any of the New York mayor debate? No. It was really interesting. There was a part in the debate, and they said, the mayor of New York is more than just the mayor of New York, right? It's more of
because of the importance of the city.
Yes. So they said, your first trip as mayor, where would you want to go? And I think every single person on the stage, everyone's answer was Israel, right?
Yeah.
Not surprising. And they got to Zohran, and they were like, where would you like to go? And he's like, no offense. I mean, but my job is to run the city of New York.
Right.
I want to
be here.
I want to be here.
Right.
I want to see the people of New York. Veterans Day. He got blasted by the fucking media. Like, he was doing he was at a I don't remember if it was a VAW hall or some kind of veterans hall he was at, and this guy kept like grilling him like the same question over and over again. Why aren't you at the veterans parade? And he's like, because I want to be here at the hall
with the veterans,
with veterans, not walking in a parade. Like,
right? Because that's all just show.
That's show. I actually want to be here with.
We need more of that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And he was like, and it was great video someone captured of him talking he's sitting at a table talking to a bunch of veterans. And the guys at the table were very open. Like, we did not vote for you.
Right.
And he's like, that's cool. I'm still going to be your mayor. Like,
right.
I'm still going to do everything I can to make your life better.
Obama was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you voted for me.
Yeah.
I'm still here and I'm going to do my best for everybody.
Yeah.
There was did you see that video, Obama on the veterans plane? There's a plane of veterans going somewhere, and he basically snuck onto the plane. He's the ex-president. He didn't sneak, but he snuck on the plane and then went and talked to all of them, took the flight with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought that was, because he's the type who does that shit.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't need the photo ops, and that's the old Democratic Guard, not Obama. I'm talking about Pelosi. She would be in the parade.
Trust me, I had a lot of fucking issues with Barack Obama as the president also. But
no, absolutely. And I mean, I've said it a million times. When we recently lost Dick Cheney, we didn't lose him.
Satan gained the guard.
Well, I guess. Anyway,
the emperor.
I've said it a million times. There's countries that Dick Cheney and George W. Bush could not go to because they were considered war criminals.
Yeah.
Obama is on that list too.
He is.
So it's not, so is Joe Biden.
Yeah.
They're not perfect people. But when it comes to the little things that I think make a difference between a politician and a representative.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Trump would never fucking do that.
No, not at all.
He will do a photo op if it looks good, but he doesn't give two shits.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them really. JD Vance, same thing.
No.
I don't think they give a they don't give a shit about it. And it shows, because that's the people, the media, we've all been trained to think that the photo ops are them doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No.
It's just a photo op.
And that's the thing that I've noticed. Granted, Zohran Mamdani is not going to be mayor until the first of the year or whatever,
Right.
and who knows what his tenure as mayor is going to look like.
It could completely go bad.
But so far, from everything I've seen, everything I've heard, he seems like somebody who genuinely seems like a good guy who
wants to make a difference.
Who wants to make a difference.
Absolutely.
And that's just
what the Democratic Party needs.
Yes. And that's why I think AOC is now in a place, even though I still don't think she's the best representative of the party, I think it is time for her and people like her to step up into those leadership roles, because that is the generation
that's going to go
that's
forward.
going to go forward.
And don't get me wrong, I want a Democratic Party that has socialists in it. Has Democratic socialists in it. Like we've said before, we don't like the labels for ourselves, but we need the balance.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's all about balance. Communism is bad. It's always been bad. It doesn't work. Authoritarianism doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Fascism doesn't work. Capitalism works when it's tethered.
Yeah.
Socialism works when it's tethered. And if you tether them to each other, it just works.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why no one gets that. Everyone fucking benefits. The rich stay rich. The poor aren't so fucking poor. What's so wrong
when it's
with
all
that?
played within the rules, when the rules are set up to benefit everyone.
Absolutely. And that's what Mamdani seems to be about.
Yes.
And I know that's what AOC's always been about, but it's just, like I said, it's her messaging. Maybe it's because she's getting older, and it's good. She's learning. She's getting wiser in how she talks and
or she's just getting better at playing the game.
That would be my biggest fear, but that's okay right now because we don't know.
Speaking of playing the game, that's why I think 2028 is going to be really interesting, because I'm going to be really surprised if anyone other than Gavin Newsom is the nominee for the Democrats.
I would agree with you now, because the Prop 50, is that what it was, Prop 50?
Yep.
Only thing on the ballot. He got it together at the very last minute. He got it on the ballot at the last minute.
And there was a shitload of money against it.
Exactly. And the turnout was enormous.
Yes.
I think that was the sign that he's going to go full force.
And he's already basically said he's going to run in 2028.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether or not but he's still got to make it through the primaries.
Yeah.
And that's
the thing is, like, now granted, some junior senator from Illinois could come up and kind of change the whole process.
Right.
Like it did in in 2008. But
what do you think now? And this is strictly primaries. I'm not talking about the general. Do you think Buttigieg is gonna run in the primaries?
I think he's going to run in the primary.
Do you think he's running in the primaries knowing full well that he won't win, but is doing it to maybe shore up some votes so that maybe he could push for vice president?
I'm not sure. I don't know if Gavin Newsom wins the nomination, I don't know if he would pick Buttigieg as his running mate.
Because aside from his sexual orientation, there really isn't a lot of baggage he's got.
No, but I think he would go for somebody more like Gretchen Whitmer as what's that look for?
I don't think she's a viable candidate.
I think she's a great candidate. I think she's a great fucking candidate.
Don't. I think she might have been before she did that whole cover her face in the photo at the White House because she didn't want to be seen with Trump.
But she was there for.
She looked like a fucking coward when she was. Did that.
But whatever.
Appearances matter.
I know that.
Has she done a good job in Michigan? Yes, she has.
Fuck yeah,
but I don't see her as a viable candidate because it looks weak. It looks weak. It looks petty.
She's not running for president.
I know, but if she's on the ticket, that could make a difference.
No, I think that.
And I don't see. I honestly see her potentially running in the primaries
because I think Gavin, I think, will do really well. I think having a female running mate will make Gavin even stronger. And I think Gretchen would be probably the best female running mate.
Possibly. I don't know. Alyssa Slotkin's pretty popular.
She's a senator, though. She doesn't have quite the cachet as a governor.
She's been very vocal. And she gets on national news a lot.
Yeah, and it's tough because you're pulling a senator out of a seat.
That's the downfall.
You're pulling a senator out of a seat. Gretchen Whitmer is done.
Right.
She's done. You know.
I don't know, but I also get old guard vibes from her too.
Nah.
I do.
I think she'd be great. I think
she's not Nancy Pelosi by any stretch, but I still get old guard vibes from her. Hey, whoever the Democratic nominee is probably going to get my vote.
And I also think she'd be a great pick because I don't think she necessarily has presidential aspirations herself.
Oh, I think she does.
You think so?
Like I said, I would be shocked if she doesn't run in the primaries. I would be. And I guess that could be a determining factor too, because she doesn't have to run the primaries to be president because I don't think she would win, but she could do it as a way of saying, like, how many votes do I get? Would I be a viable candidate for vice president?
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't necessarily see too many like really strong national candidates on the Democratic side.
There really isn't.
I'm
not even terribly sold on Gavin Newsom being able to get. I just don't see him getting the Southern vote. That's the problem.
Fuck the Southern. Who from the fucking Democratic Party is going to get the Southern vote?
That's
fucking none of them.
But that makes up the vast majority of the Electoral College, Nick. You know that. That's how George W. Bush wins an election with a minority of the vote. That's how Donald Trump wins his first term with the minority of the vote. It's those southern states.
Joe Biden didn't win the fucking southern states.
No, but he got a much bigger.
He got Georgia. That was it.
He got a much bigger majority though. That's the thing.
Popular vote doesn't fucking matter.
I know. That's my point.
Well, I'm saying
if it did, Gavin Newsom's winning hands down. It doesn't matter who you put up.
I know, but what I'm saying though is like. With the Electoral College, like
you still need to secure at least some of the Southern vote.
Of what? Where? What Democrat is going to win anything in the South?
I don't know.
Who? When? Because they don't. That's not going to happen.
I'd have to look at the old maps, but I'm telling you, I don't.
No Democrat has since Obama's first term.
I don't know.
Obama was the last president to win states in the South, and that was his first.
And we've only had one Democratic president since then, and he only won because Trump was so fucking bad.
No, because Obama didn't win them. He didn't win those states in the for a second term.
All right, second term.
That's what I'm saying. The
Republicans put up really weak candidates.
That's what I'm saying though, is like you can't, like you're not going to win Alabama. You're not going to win Mississippi. You're not going to win Louisiana. You're not going to win Arkansas. You're not going to win Texas. You're not going to win Oklahoma. You're not going to win any of those fucking states. You're not going to win Florida. You might win Georgia.
If J.D. Vance is on the ticket, he's technically going to be considered the incumbent. If he's not the incumbent, he will get a vast majority of Trump's voters because especially if Trump endorses him, if not all of them. So technically, you're running against a very popular Republican. It's not a weak Republican like Obama went up against.
Yeah.
Both times he went up against weak Republicans. So Gavin Newsom's going to be going up against the incumbent, who has a strong.
Gavin Newsom, J.D. Vance is not going to be the incumbent, but
for all intents and purposes, if he's the VP, he's technically the incumbent because he's going to be running on everything that Trump accomplished. I say with air quotes. He's going to be running on that because he's going to want that support. He's going to want Trump's support. As I said, all intents and purposes, he is the incumbent. And he's coming in with way less struggle to build that base.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we are going to need, the Democrats are going to need, they're not going to win those states, but they need higher majorities in those states.
For what?
to keep the numbers balanced.
Keep
The
what
county
numbers?
numbers.
Fuck those states. You don't need those states.
I've been saying fuck those states forever, but they're not going anywhere, and they still drive elections.
Not with the electoral college, they don't. Because you're not going to win those states.
When has a Democrat ever won the presidency without getting the popular vote? When has a Democrat done it?
Well, it's kind of hard to say. But here,
no, it's not. The numbers are out there.
Because it's kind of a mixed kind of question because it's only fucking happened 3 times.
And they've all been Republicans.
But it's only happened 3 times
with Republicans.
In 200 fucking years, Ian. And 2 of those are questionable if they even fucking won.
My point is,
right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not.
There's
but
only
they would.
There
would have been no question if it weren't for the Electoral College. Is my point.
But we only know it was a guarantee happened once. The other 2 times are questionable if the people that quote unquote won without the Electoral College won. Wow. So it's not exactly a really cut and dry question there.
It's not.
So,
but all I can do. I'm not a political analyst, but all I can do is say, looking at it, if a Democrat can't win without the popular vote, they can lose with the popular vote, but they cannot win without the popular vote. They're going to need the numbers. Mm-hmm. I know the electoral college, it's the blight. It's the bane of our entire national existence, in my opinion. But they're still going to need the numbers from those counties. And they're not going to get them if they shit all over the South. That's another fucking thing the Democrats do. They ignore the South. They never go there. Go there. Make yourself present.
Oh, no.
You have to represent these people.
I'm not saying don't campaign in the South. That's not what I'm saying.
But they're still going to have to win over the South. And I don't know if a California governor or even a New York governor could do it.
You're not going to with anyone. Jesus Christ
numbers.
could come fucking walking in the door right now, and he's not going to win over anyone in the fucking South either, Ian.
Oh, but isn't he their best friend?
No,
it's called the Bible Belt.
They would try to fucking deport him.
Yeah, because he's brown.
Yes. So
and they wouldn't believe he was Jesus because he is brown.
Yes, exactly. Right. So,
but that's beside the point because they wouldn't believe he was Jesus. If he came in and he was white, they would.
But here's the thing: the election's gonna be really interesting because without some strange fucking weird anomalies that happened in the previous election, Trump doesn't fucking win. Because he somehow miraculously swept every fucking state that was somehow fucking up for grabs, right? Uh-huh. And without that happening, one fucking state different, and he doesn't win the fucking election. All right?
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. So it's kind of hard to make a blanket statement and say, look, if this one thing doesn't happen, the election's not going to win. Like,
my biggest point is that the odds are already stacked against the Democrat because they have to achieve higher numbers. And that's all I'm saying.
And I think Gavin Newsom has enough of a public national image.
His name recognition, but does he have what it takes to win over some votes? Just because you say that no Democrat's going to win it, maybe we should find a Democrat who might.
Can what? Win Alabama?
Yeah, why not?
They don't exist. They don't exist unless you get somebody that's going to come out and say they hate black people. They're not going to win right. Alabama, Ian. It's not going to happen because that's what wins in Alabama.
Well, you know,
trust me, I've lived close enough to there.
All I'm saying is the Democrats really need to start focusing on the people, the real issues, and less on the social justice stuff.
Oh yeah,
because they can do the social justice stuff.
I know, we've been saying that for years.
Because they can do the social justice stuff if they win.
Yeah.
They're not going to win on it, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, because we all want that stuff, but they're not going to win by campaigning solely on that and not going to those states. They never fucking do.
Yeah.
Hillary didn't go anywhere in the South except Florida, I think.
Hillary didn't go anywhere in the fucking Midwest, Ian.
Again, my point.
I know.
I'm not even sure if Biden did. And I would argue that Obama did, but not to the extent that I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure Obama did. And Biden,
I don't know.
Biden did also.
Yeah.
Biden had that whole train tour that he went on.
Yeah, I don't think that's why he won though. I think he literally won because everyone was like Trump.
And here's the thing, and I've said this since the election, if it wasn't for COVID, Biden doesn't win that election.
Right. And we don't have COVID in 20. Well, who knows what we'll have in 28?
Yeah.
But JD Vance is not Trump.
No, and that's the thing.
And he's not as likable. He's not likable, but he could run. He could win by a landslide.
And here's the thing, and until something happens that shows me otherwise, I'm not really gonna buy into it. When elections happen that don't have Trump on them or Trump in them, the Republicans don't do well.
Well, he shouldn't do well because of their policies.
I know that. But Trump is a showman.
Yeah.
He is
that.
He's good at it. Love him or hate him, he's fucking good at it.
Can I love to hate him?
What's that?
Can I love to hate him?
Yeah, I do.
I know.
And honestly, you want to know something? Before he was a politician, I couldn't fucking stand him.
I know. I couldn't either.
Mandy used to watch The Apprentice. I fucking couldn't stand him.
I know. Yeah, I've never liked him.
I've never liked him. I've always thought he was a fucking shyster. But,
well, that's because he is.
He is. He's a con man. He always has been a con man. But he's good at being a con man.
Right.
So, J.D. Vance is not. And J.D. Vance is not. I think he's a good politician. Yeah. He is not at that fucking level. And I don't think.
Sure if he's I don't think because he's spineless.
Most politicians are fucking spineless, Ian.
Yeah.
That's why they're good at playing politics, right? Because they don't have a fucking spine.
Right.
But I think J.D. Vance is a good politician, right? I think it takes a dark, almost evil person to be at the level of a Donald Trump. And J.D. Vance is not there. And I think Donald Trump is the kind of person who would sacrifice his own children for riches and fortune. Right?
Oh,
fame and fortune.
I have no doubt of that.
I don't think J.D. Vance is that kind of person. He might sacrifice his wife for
Erica Kirk.
Yes, but
I think he's contemplated it. You could see it in his eyes every time he looks at her. Although I think Trump's got a thing for her too.
There's pictures of them.
She's not even that attractive.
No, but there's apparently she was on a reality TV show too. But whatever. There's pictures of them hugging and then weirdly holding each other. I don't fucking know. It's weird.
Well, I get the feeling that J.D. Vance is telling his wife that she needs to convert to Christianity, otherwise he's going to leave.
Well,
anyway.
He basically did say that.
Oh, he did say that, but yeah. I think he's saying it out loud for us to hear, so that when he divorces her, he can say it was a religious thing.
Those.
And then it'll be Erica Vance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
What reality show was she on?
It was some dating show that she was on. Yeah, I saw
the dating game.
No, it was they were outside at some bar restaurant kind of place. I don't know. I saw a quick shot.
Oh, was it one of those blind date shows?
Yeah,
maybe
kind of something like that. And I was I don't give a shit about this. I hate reality TV in the first place, but.
Your wife loves it.
I know. I know, and I feel bad.
She's not alone. I
feel bad because she's always come watch TV with me, and I'm I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's so painful to watch. The commercials are fucking painful to watch. Much less the whole show.
They steal my soul. Just sit there watching it. I want to punch the fucking TV watching it.
It's so bad.
It's this is...
I don't watch it.
I'm literally sitting there watching the TV, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the fakest shit I've ever seen. It's so even watching the there was a show, reality show that was on for a long time. It was they would go and buy these storage lockers.
Oh, American Pickers?
No, there was
Storage Wars.
Is that what it was called?
Storage Wars.
They bid on a
yeah.
And they would go in there rummage through there and find stuff and sell it.
Yeah.
Come to find out, all fucking fake. And I knew it from day fucking one. I'm watching the show and I'm there's no way in hell this shit is in this fucking locker and these people have fucking forgotten about it.
Right.
Maybe once or twice, but not enough to make a goddamn show out of it, right?
Right.
And come to find out, so there was a lawsuit. Someone was fired from the show, and the lawsuit all came out. There was all that shit was planted in all those fucking lockers.
I don't understand why. I mean, to me, that's not even the most egregious sin that reality shows do. It's and like I said, I don't watch them. All I can go by is the adverts for them.
Yeah.
And especially like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And you've got these people, they're like, they've known this person for like a day. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so in love. Really?
I know.
After a fucking day?
See, I think with those,
You can't
though,
imagine that's real.
I think those are a little different, though, because you get so like swept up in the moment. And you're in this situation. I can kind of see that where you're not really in love with that person, right? But you're in that situation. You're in this like 24/7, like where you feel like you are, right? But that's why
maybe.
there's been like 89 seasons of that damn show.
I know.
And like there's been 2 people that have been like that stayed married,
Right.
afterwards, right?
Even
and
the Golden Bachelor, he's fucking like. He's 5 years away from dying, and he can't stay married to the chick he chose.
But so I kind of understand some of it, but like even those I can't really watch. But like,
I don't know how anyone can watch them.
Yeah.
It's because to me it smacks of being artificial, and it's this illusion.
Yeah.
And these aren't real fucking people. I mean, they're real people, but this is not how real people act.
No.
Ever. And if they do, there's a reason they're single.
Yeah. And I will say that a lot of those situations that you see on those shows
is scripted.
Well, it's not scripted.
Manipulated.
It's manipulated and it's edited. They're edited to look a certain way. Things are spliced together. Situations are made out of multiple situations or multiple moments, cut together to look a certain way, to create narratives.
Right.
Like,
they're produced.
Yes. Yeah.
Still fucking.
It's
still
fake.
fucking bullshit.
Once again, everything is fucking fake. I think it's not like the first thing.
Well,
I said in this episode.
The only reality shows I actually do like watching are some of the cooking shows. Don't ruin those for me, okay? It's just cooking. It's just fucking.
Those
cooking.
are fake too. Those are fake.
It's just
also.
fucking cooking.
Those are fake. Also,
I want to hear it. It's just fucking cooking.
Those are fake. Also, Ian.
It's just cooking.
They're fake. Also,
I don't care. Let me have one little bubble of Americanism.
Hey, Ian. Those are fake. Also,
how are they fake? They're just fucking cooking.
Because I guarantee they don't fucking taste like that. And like you,
well, it's judges.
Yeah,
the ones I watch the competition ones.
Yeah, bullshit. Like and times are adjusted on there, and I
don't care about that. I just like watching them prepare food.
It's fake.
Hey,
it's all fake.
I'm a fat man. I like watching them prepare food.
It's all fake. Everything's fake.
It's just cooking.
Everything's fake.
You're not going to convince.
We're fake.
Speak for yourself.
Speaking of fake, I had a video. We'll wrap up here in a minute because we're kind of running long again. But I had a video on the Vinyl Den that I won't say went viral, but it got a lot of fucking views. Like a lot of views for me is like over 10,000 for a video. But so it's like over 10,000 views, and someone commented on there and said, "Stop using AI. You're too old for this crap," or something like that. I'm like, I don't use AI in my video. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
So here's the thing, because you're not young. So if you're using AI, wouldn't you make yourself young in the AI video? If you're too old, that means you're not covering up the fact that you're older.
Yeah.
So what are you using AI for?
I even asked him, like in the comment. I'm assuming it's a guy. I guess I could.
Yeah.
I was like, AI. Who's using AI? Like that's all I said. Like, of course, I never responded to me. It's probably if I get an AI bot that you put on there. Like,
stop using me.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Damn you straight to hell.
Oh.
Moral of the story.
We kid our future.
Everything is fake.
We kid our future overlords when we're talking about AI.
The more you know. Everything is fake.
Everything's a trick. I don't know if everything's fake.
Everything's fake. They say like 85% of all internet traffic is fake.
Oh, that I believe.
Like
that's internet traffic. Yeah. That's not everything.
Everything.
That's not everything. The internet is not everything, Nick. It's not.
I mean,
is everything that we consume in terms of information and exposure. Yes, that's probably like 80% fake, 85. But this bottle of water isn't fake.
I mean,
I'm not fake. At least in my mind, I'm not fake. For all we know, none of us are real.
This is the Matrix, man. We're
we're
living in the Matrix.
My argument against that is, if this is the fucking Matrix and this is the best they can do, come on, because this can't even be entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
Let's maybe we'll try something new let's mix up the program a bit.
Yeah.
If this is the Matrix.
Well, there was the conspiracy theory that what was it, the cylinder thingy, whatever, the Hadron cylinder, whatever that big thing is, and
the Hadron Collider.
Yeah, that's that thingy.
Okay.
There was there was the accident that happened in 2016
that
switched us onto the alternate timeline, and we've been living in this alternate timeline.
Yeah,
since then.
there was that. There was the 2012 the end of the world Mayan calendar thing that they said the exact same thing about. There apparently was also one in 1988 with some kind of like cosmic thing that happened that world ended, and that's why we're all so nostalgic about the 80s because
I'm not nostalgic about the 80s.
I am. A lot of people are. You're not normal, Nick.
I'm nostalgic about the 90s.
Yeah, I like the 90s too.
The 90s were fun.
Those 2 decades were awesome.
Like there was a video I sent to Mandy. I found it on Instagram a couple of nights ago. The video was probably like, I don't know, at least 5 minutes long. It was just like all these like clips from like 90s stuff. I'm not shitting you, dude.
Were you crying?
No, I wasn't crying, but I probably watched that video on loop probably 5 times.
So
I just sat there and watched it. I was like, this is fucking cool.
I've had moments where I'm trying to go to sleep, and I have to have some kind of noise in the background. And a lot of times I'll put on sometimes I'll put on conspiracy theory videos because I don't really care. And other times I'll do ghost videos because it's not fucking real. But one night I went down a rabbit hole where it was all like 80s and 90s commercials, mostly like for toys and Halloween. And I didn't cry, but part of me wanted to.
Yeah.
I really did. I was loving it. I remember that commercial when I was a kid. I remember that toy that, no one's talked about that toy remember My Pet Monster?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I had one of those fucking things. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I get it. But I'm nostalgic about the 80s and the 90s, not just the 80s.
Yeah, not so much about, I don't know. The 80s were okay.
I think
the 90s
were better
were cool,
in the 80s
though.
and some things were better in the 90s. But I wasn't alive for most of the 70s, and everything after 1999 fucking sucks. So
I don't know.
All I want is, if I go back to 1981 and just live that from 1981 to 1999 all over again, I'd be happy.
I wouldn't say everything after 1999 sucked.
Yeah,
there was some
after 2001 anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
We had a good couple of years.
Yeah, maybe, but it was all starting to fall apart pretty much from the beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some cool shit that happens now, but it's gotten thinner and thinner, and it's only just getting thinner and thinner as we go. The goodness, the good stuff.
I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I'm having a lot of fun right now, but
you're definitely speaking for yourself in this conversation.
I'm really enjoying my time in life.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just in general.
I know that. We live in a shit, dude. There's a guy. He's a younger guy. He's probably late 20s. Probably. He's got a pretty big YouTube channel. He's got to be in his 30s actually, because I think he's had his YouTube channel for like 15 years now. So he's got to be probably.
He could still be fucking 25.
He's got to be probably mid 30s. But anyway, he's got pretty sizable. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's been like gone off his YouTube channel for like a year now. Just had a video come out within like the last 2 weeks where he's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I've been going through a lot of mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this has been like the worst year of my life. Like, going through all, just being really open and talking about how horrible this year has been.
Yeah.
But so like,
if I was to make that video, it would be literally from 2001 till now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2005 till now.
Yeah.
6-ish.
But I feel bad because, like, I don't know. I'm having a good time, man. The world's falling apart around me, but
I'm glad you are, because I mean, the vast majority of us are not.
Yeah, I know, but like I said at the beginning, everything's fake. Just remember that everything's fake,
including your happiness.
Oh no, My
That
happiness.
not everything can be
Oh.
fake if one
Oh.
thing is not.
The more you know.
I'm just looking for a little consistency here, Nick. Just looking for some consistency.
But if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up. All that fun YouTubey kind of stuff. We're not on social media or any of that stuff. So
Fuck social media.
fuck social media. Fuck the algorithms. Except for the algorithm you found this on.
Right. If you found this through an algorithm, that one's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good algorithm.
But everything's fake.
Everything's fake.
Yes.
But I don't know. Anything else you want to add, Ian? No.
Stay consistent out there.
Yeah. Maybe you'll see. Maybe you'll see us again before the end of the year. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, you should.
You should.
I would think so.
Hopefully.
I think I can only come over one more time before then, but
So yeah. Okay.
but I can come over on New Year's if you're not
Okay.
working. So.
No, I don't work holidays, man.
Oh, that's right. You're too good for that.
I don't work
You're
weekends.
too good to make good money because we make good fucking money on holidays.
I work. So I work next Saturday.
Yeah.
That'll be the only the second weekend day I've worked in 6 months. So not too shabby.
I complain about a lot of stuff at our work, but our holiday pay is not one of the things I complain about.
I enjoy having the days off, man. It's good. But other than that, because no one gives a rat's ass about any of that, until next time,
Talk to y'all later.
peace.